Imagine yourself in a dark, empty room. Whatever would have been placed there should stand out by the mere contrast to the nothingness you find yourself in. It doesn't matter if it's a chair, tomato, or a white flower. You would automatically assume it has some kind of purpose. After all, there must be a reason someone put a rabbit into a dark, empty room. Right? Everything in a game has a point. Developers spend months and years to carefully craft worlds of secrets, discoveries, and all sorts of memorable encounters, not to speak of all the complex gameplay mechanics that constitute the backbone of a game. Optional paths are linked to secondary quests and are clearly depicted as something you don't need to do. That doesn't mean they are not meaningful though, as supplementary rewards result in a more advantageous situation, which ultimately leads back to the main objective. Materialistic prizes like money or weapons affect how you pursue the game, but often further explanations to information you lacked expand your understanding of the world you try to immerse yourself in. Whatever the consequences, you gain something for interacting with the elements carefully placed in, because no developer wants to see their efforts stay unnoticed. Some games stray away from that and hide incredible amounts of hidden discoveries behind mysteries many players will not even notice. Hard to imagine at a time where everything is easily accessible on the internet, but you would still have the lingering thought, what if no one will notice? You can extend this kind of idea to all sorts of topics, because whenever you're putting meaning behind something, it becomes a puzzle for someone else. Should I make my point more clear? Maybe the audience will not understand. A secret in a game is nothing else than two persons trying to communicate with different languages. While it's often vaguely clear what you're trying to say, the actual message may remain obscure. Make a video about how you put many hours into a game only for people to mistake the message as bragging, when in reality you just want to convey the replayability of a game in a more interesting way. This sounds harsher than it actually is, but only proves how there's a very thin threshold for either becoming too obscure or just simply misinterpreting something. At first glance, Kirby Air Ride seems to be the rendition of the Kirby franchise set into the world of a chaotic fun racer. Although the racing part is supposed to be the selling point of the game, fans selected another mode that should make Air Ride timeless among the community. City Trial places 4 players into a clearly understandable world of dissimilar sections and accepts the participants to boost up their attributes as fast as possible to win a randomly chosen competition at the end. Everyone starts with the same conditions, but the second the round begins, these conditions will change. In a clearly big map like the city, it's easy to get distracted by all kinds of elements, like the sudden events happening in the midst of a game. However, the goal stays the same, with blue and red boxes determining where to go. Initially, it seems like they are located randomly in the city, but most of them have a common spawn pattern and therefore make some places more attractive than others. If you only play City Try to win, it can easily happen that you will follow a movement pattern, which will lead to the optimal strategy of visiting each place and gaining the most profitable outcome. However, while you're flying around the city, you may come across certain spots that will attract your attention. The mountains besides the volcano, you never saw one of the boxes fall there, and it's somewhat tricky to reach this place. Surely there must be some kind of special item or vehicle if it's relatively hard to reach. Nothing. Nothing than a white flower and a curiosity if there is more. After all, the developers did not put a white flower for nothing at a place like that, so you start to explore and think of all sorts of places that hide more secrets. The unnoticed room beneath the volcano when diving through? No. Nothing. The small spot behind the water wheel? Well, seems like a good place to hide a star. It's only when reaching the tip of one of the buildings when you find another flower, only this time it's pink. What's the meaning behind them? Will they reveal something if you find all colors? The only place left that seems rather promising is the top of the sky platform, which even features red arrows and small surfaces, encouraging you to climb it. After reaching the most high place in the entire map, you find yourself with a disappointing realization. There actually is no point, but hey, at least you have the best view of the whole world. This is why the free roam mode exists. It's the result of a desire to explore, which all starts at City Try, the mode that encourages you to waste no time and find items. Not everything needs a deep meaning behind it, and sometimes all you get is a little wink from the developers for exploring the place, crafted for many months and years. Sometimes it's a great view and realization that you had fun exploring your favorite game. but occasionally it can also be just a white, lonely flower sitting on top of a mountain.